are the third largest of the three major ethnic groups in Nigeria. The typical Igbo communities are found in the southeastern part of Nigeria. To believe that the Igbo is one of the lost tribes of Israel might sound ridiculous to so many, but according to oral tradition and many writers of Igbo history, there has been claims that Igbos have their origin from Israel. Today in this video, we are going to show some biblical proof of this claim about the Igbos being one of the lost tribes of Jacob. If this is your first time of watching our videos, please click the subscribe button and notification bell so as to get you notified the next time we drop a beautiful video like this one. Henry, the father of all Igbos, who hailed from Israel, was the fifth son of Gad, the seventh son of Jacob. Gad is mentioned in Genesis chapter 46, verse 15 to 18, and Numbers chapter 26, verse 16 to 18. Henry migrated from Egypt with a group of companions just before the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt many centuries ago. They traveled by water and finally arrived at the confluence point of Izu and Omambala rivers, located in present-day Aguleri, Anambra State, Nigeria. They moved in the hinterland and settled in the present-day Aguleri, but the settlement wasn't known as Aguleri at that time. Meanwhile, Henry lived and died at Aguleri. Agulu was the oldest son of Henry, who took over from his father after his demise. As the population around Henry's compound at Aguleri increased and in combination with other factors, some children of Henry and their descendants left Aguleri and founded various other settlements that Igbos occupy today. However, Agulu, the first son, remained in their father's home at Aguleri with his own descendants. Agulu, fondly called Agulu Wairi, appended the name of their father Henry to his name and found Agulu Henry, now called Aguleri. Apart from this little story of how they came into being, let us share with you some similar traditional practices which the Igbos have in common with the biblical Jews. Number 1. Circumcision of male children 8 days after birth. According to the book of Genesis, God told Abraham to circumcise himself, his household, and his slaves as an everlasting covenant with him. This practice has been with the Igbos since the beginning of time. This is because circumcision, Ibe Ugu, as it is called in Igbo language, was passed on unto them by their ancestral father, Henry. Number 2. Refraining from eating unclean or tabooed foods. Number 3. Mourning the dead for 7 days. According to the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 10, Joseph observed a 7-day period of mourning for his father Jacob. Jewish tradition requires a person to be buried the same day of his or her death, and then a 7-day mourning period commences. A special meal of condolence is provided after the burial. Mourners remain in the house of mourning with friends and family throughout the week. Prayers are offered and memorial candles are often lit. Mourning sometimes included shaving one's head or putting ashes or dust on the head. In some cases, mourners wait 30 days before cutting their hair. In addition to the rending of garments, these actions communicated to everyone that the person was in a mourning period. These are still the ways the Igbos mourn their loved ones till date. Number 4. Celebrating the new moon. Much of the world celebrates a new start as December 31st turns into January 1st. But according to the Bible, the new year starts on the first day of the first month, and the new moon signifies the beginning of each new month. Instead of celebrating once a year, God asks at the beginning of every month, each new moon be celebrated. That is 12 new beginnings instead of one. Igbo culture and tradition as it is always has to do with moonlight. Tales by moonlight. Beginning of each moonlight, there are always stories to tell. And when the day comes, during the sunshine, there are always culture and tradition to celebrate, such as Mmiri Ndafo, Ikeji Izogo, Ntai Festival in Nanka, Ududonka Festival, and many more festivals. If you look down in Igbo land, many festivals are going on. In addition to the shared practices between the Jews and the Igbos, there is a striking evidence that forces one to see a link between the Igbos and the ancient civilization of Egypt. It is the ancient Igbo pyramids, which is also known as the Unsude pyramids. The ancient Igbo pyramids or Unsude pyramids is a testimony of ancient civilization among the Igbos. Nobody knows when it was built, but archaeologists have confirmed that the pyramids have lasted centuries and are believed to have been built at the same time the first or second wave of Egyptian pyramids were built by the Nubians. With similar features to that of the step pyramids of Djour at Saqqara, Egypt, one is forced to contemplate on the mystery behind their resemblance. And without exaggeration, it can be suggested that the knowledge of one must have led to the building of the other. Be that as it may, it should be stated here for the purpose of clarity that the word Igbo means the ancient people. Apart from the shared culture and practice between the Igbo and Jewish people, some Igbo words and phrases were also used in the Bible. These words are: Number 1. Jena isi isi. Genesis, known to be the first book in the Bible, is a corrupted version of the Igbo phrase Jena isi isi, which when translated in English means go to the very first. Number 2. Ditere no Umu. Deuteronomy is known to be the fifth book in the Bible. The word Deuteronomy is from Latin Deuteronomium, from Greek Deuteronomion, and originally from the Igbo phrase Detere no Umu. The Igbo phrase Detere no Umu means written down for the children, and actually the book of Deuteronomy contains words written down to serve as laws for the children of God. Number 3. Asa Bota. According to the biblical story of creation, God rested on the seventh day. Sabbath is a day set aside for rest and worship. The word is said to be the same with the Igbo phrase Asa Bota, which means today is seventh. Number 4. Cherubim. Cherubim, described in the Bible as a winged angel and represented in ancient Middle Eastern art as a lion or bull with eagle wings and a human face. Cherubim is regarded in Christian angelology as an angel of the second highest order of the ninefold celestial hierarchy. However, the name is believed to be a distorted version of the Igbo phrase Cherubim, which means guard my home. And of course, angels are guardians. Number 5. Nta lite ko ume. According to the book of Mark chapter 5 verse 41, Jesus was storied to have raised from death the daughter of Jairus, and Talitha Kumi were the words he used. Talitha Kumi or Talitha Kum is an Aramaic phrase and believed to be an Igbo phrase. Nta lite ko ume, which means little child, wake up and start breathing. Thank you for watching our video. Please support us by subscribing, share this video on your social media handle, and click our notification bell for wonderful videos as this.